Hey everybody, it's Friday! Yay! I'm in Milpitas. I know that means absolutely nothing to some of you, but that's where I'm at. I'm in Milpitas because I had a work-related issue that occurred. So I came out here to Milpitas from Redwood City to troubleshoot the issue. It turns out that the issue could not be troubleshot. It was one of those circumstances where, regardless of the efforts that I made, the printer was still going to malfunction. So in those cases, whenever I'm faced with a piece of hardware that cannot be repaired by me, or the issue cannot be resolved by me, I have to do what's called hot swapping, which basically is order a new one. I send in a message saying this particular model needs to be replaced because of these reasons. Please send a new one. And I set it to overnight shipping because we're at the end of the tax season and every tax office needs all its hardware up and functional. But because it's Friday, chances are it won't be shipped till Monday, so it really doesn't matter either way. It's still not going to get here for a couple days. But once it arrives, I'll get an email letting me know it's been signed for. Then I will come back out and I will pull it out of the box, stick it in its place, plug everything in, type in the IP address, and then verify that it prints and be done. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I started recording a little while ago, and when I did, I had no purpose for the recording. I was just like, hey, you know, let's record. I'm going off to work, let's make a video. But as you could see by the last video I put up there, sometimes just recording for recording's sake is not always the best. The last time I recorded, I showed you all the versions of the video that I had done. Well, no, that's not true. I didn't show you all of them. I showed you most of the video recordings that I had done. Out of like 6 or 7, I showed you 4, and it took up 45 minutes. It was the same thing over and over again, which I'm not going to do this time. I'm not going to show you the other videos that I recorded and stopped. The purpose for this video is actually something that that's been bothering me for a little while, so I thought I'd talk about it and see what you guys thought. I saw an article online. It was related to a newspaper article. It's news. I saw a news article online the other day where it was talking about the CEO of Mozilla was let go because they had donated funds to a anti-gay, anti-homosexual
business. Or well, no, they had donated money to the Anti-Gay Marriage Act that was being voted on in California. And because of this, there was some stink, and the website OkCupid, which is an online dating service, actually went so far as to set it so that if people that were using Mozilla browsers, Firefox and the like, tried to go to their website, they'd be met with a message that said something along the lines of, "We don't support businesses that support, homophobia and anti-gay legislation and the like. So we ask, as an act of solidarity, that you use a different browser in order to be able to access our website." The thing is that you could still get to the website if there's a link at the bottom. So if you still want to use Firefox, click here, and it would let you in. But that's what happened, and there, because of that and a couple other things, basically a couple of weeks into his job, they let him go. They fired the CEO of Mozilla. So the article that I was reading was not specifically about that. It was about the reaction to that. And it was written, I guess it was a blog or, an opinion piece, an op-ed, where they were talking about, what happened to freedom of speech and, the rights of the individual to be able to express themselves however they want, and the tyranny of the left, and, if you do not agree with their politics, then you get stomped on and your freedom of speech is being, wow, really, dude? Seriously? It's a truck that just, sped up into the... Never mind. Anyway, so it was basically, the article was about, this person's freedom of speech being violated, and because he didn't agree with the politics of the left, he's being villainized and the like. And that got me thinking. It got me thinking about the idea of, the bigotry of homophobia and the idea of free speech. Are people allowed to have the opinion
And that's a really strange sentence. Are people allowed to have the opinion? And I have a conflict. I have an internal conflict because of this. While I do believe, and I'm a staunch supporter of the idea of freedom of speech, I have always said that I feel that the responsibility of freedom of speech should also be included. In other words, if you're going to say something that's ignorant, or or racist, or homophobic, or sexist, or whatnot, that you do have the freedom to say it, but you should also accept the repercussions of those choices. If you're going to choose to do something like that, you should accept the repercussions. So I have this strong conflict. I don't agree with homophobia. I don't understand the idea behind it. I don't understand the motivation behind it. I think that it's ignorance and fear. But at the same time, this person is not allowed to say, they're not allowed to, they're being punished for saying what they believe, which falls into my philosophy of, if you're going to say something or do something ignorant, then you should be prepared for the repercussions. This guy lost his job over it. So I'm trying to find a middle ground with these two conflicting concepts. I don't want to legitimize the idea of censorship, but at the same time, I feel that the First Amendment in this particular case is being used to protect bigotry. So you can see the conflict that I have. It's hard for me to take a stand on either side because I can argue either point. And it's ideas like this that make for frustration. I feel that the argument can be made, and at the same time I don't. See, the more I think about this, the more I'm conflicted. This person is enacting legislation to prohibit the rights of a section of the world, saying that homosexuals shouldn't be allowed to marry. That's basically what their freedom is, that their First Amendment is covering, is their right to say this. But the thing is that their actions, based on this speech, are denying a group of individuals their rights. So, in either case, we're looking at a situation where somebody's rights are being violated. And I don't know how to I don't want to say coalesce, because that's not exactly the right word. But I don't know how to find a middle ground with this. So that's where my head is just thinking about the idea of freedom of speech versus freedom of the pursuit of happiness, I guess. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and all that crazy stuff. I'm stuck. So what do you guys think? What's your opinion on the whole freedom of speech versus, bigotry? Because that's basically what it comes down to. It seems to me that if somebody were to donate to an organization that promoted segregation, that taking away the rights of Caucasians or blacks or what have you, it seems to me that is the same thing. We're looking at a situation where a group of individuals, a group of people, a part of the populace, is having their personal freedoms infringed upon because of the actions of people like this. I don't know. Anyway, what's your take on it? What's your perspective? Why don't you give me some feedback? Hopefully you'll be able to give me a way or you'll say something that will spark a perspective in my head, because I'm conflicted. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the weekend. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope Friday wasn't too stressful for you, and I hope that the work week wasn't too crazy for you. And I guess I will talk to you all later. Take it easy.